Welcome to my channel, everyone. In this video we are going to talk about Render, TAO, Kaspa and ONDO, and I think that we have some huge trading potential. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. And if you also want to trade with cheap taker fees, then I can recommend you the crypto exchange mexc. So over 100 tokens are tradable without any kind of fees, and those coins are rotating over the time. So in this cycle we have Sui, for example, Cardano, Avalanche, Litecoin, ONDO. Those coins are tradable without any kind of fees, and for all the other coins you have to pay at least a small amount of fees, and if you want to make it cheaper as well, then you can use my referral link, which you can find in the video description, to save another 20%. So why do I think that we have some trading potential? Render, falling wedge in orange, this one right here. So basically, we broke it to the upside. On the other hand, inverted head and shoulders formatation also broke to the upside. Basically, this price movement which we got here looks very impulsive, and I'm waiting for the retest. So I might have the chance to open a trade in that area right here. And the area goes from $3.54 to $3.56. There I'm ready to take a long trade for Render, and my stop loss is going to be here, lower than this. Why that? Because if I put here a trend line on the chart, then you can see that we got support in the past. I can even make it a bit longer. So now it's perfect. So on the left side support, here's support. I can draw that. Support, support, support. Here we got a few times resistance. Here also resistance, support, support, and support. So you can see that this white trend line is very essential to hold. If we lose it, that's why we'll make this trend line red. Then I think we can expect lower prices for Render, and here is the price mark. The price mark is $3.44. So in the end of the day, we have also said, hey, it might be even a falling wedge. I can take this, sorry, a rising wedge. So this chart pattern which we have here, I can take this one out of the chart because we invalidated it with today's push. So we already worked off the first length of one shoulder for the inverted head and shoulders formatation. There we didn't went into that target perfectly, but we also have the maximum length, and the maximum length is the length of the head to the resistance target, $3.83. So I can imagine that once we get into my buy-in area, which is the retest of the green or orange trend line, that we get here a follow through over the top here, breaking the $3.70 to the upside as well, then I can increase my position size even more, and my next target is going to be the $3.93 for Render. If we also break it to the upside, then we have to take the maximum extension of the falling wedge in orange, the target $4.21 for Render. So currently very interesting, looks very good to me. And now we move to TAO. So for TAO, we have said falling wedge, which broke to the upside, got its second retest. We already went into the target, so I can delete it from the chart. And an old rising wedge, I don't know why I didn't delete this one, but here it's also out of the chart now. So what do I expect now? Inverted head and shoulders formatation, which we also broke to the upside, and this here counts as a retest. Target $343, we went there perfectly, got rejected so far. If we now move into the 4-hour time frame, then we can see here in bright blue a huge falling wedge. So what I want to see is a 4-hour candle close over the price mark of $3.38, and the candle is going to close in 37 minutes. So we might see a confirmation soon, but to To get into a safe long trade, I would wait for the 343 US dollar. Target is then going to be the 357 US dollar. But I even think that we are going to see the maximum extension of the falling wedge in bright blue. And this is the fair value gap between 413 US dollar to 429 US dollar. Also keep in mind 404 US dollar is going to get a resistance which we have to break to the upside as well. So if we now look over Kaspa, then Kaspa looks more positive in my opinion. We have said that we have a resistance at 7.9 cents, which we have to break to the upside. So basically, those wicks which we have here showed selling pressure. So whenever we broke it to the upside, or tried to break it to the upside, we got sold off very fast. Here also. The real breakout was here. 1 hour candle close over it. 2 retest points over several hours. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours over the 7.9 cents, inclusively a retest. I couldn't take the trade there because it was 3 a.m. and I can't trade while I'm sleeping, right? So basically I have to wait a bit longer. I'm already in a Kaspa long trade, which I took here. So basically what I would like to do is, I'm already into a trade, yes. I'm also giving the trade much space because I don't have a stop loss for Kaspa. If we get to 8.1 cents, which is this support, I'm going to increase my position size. So I'm doing exactly the opposite what I'm usually doing. So what I'm usually doing is breakout, retest, long trade, breakout, retest, scaling up, doubling up. In this case, I took my long trade here, but there's also the chance that we are going to get a retest at 8.1 cents, and then I'm going to scale up again, so my average price is not anymore here, it's going to be here. And my target is going to be 8.5 cents for Kaspa. So it doesn't matter if we are going to push now, then I'm in the trade. If we get the 8.1 cents, which is my dream scenario, then I have even more money into the trade and can look for this kind of price movement. If we now look over the 4-hour time frame, then you can see also a bigger falling wedge, this one right here. And we have many touch points on the green trend line. So I don't want to count it, but I guess it is probably 7-8 touch points. So once we break this to the upside, and I will give you here the price mark. Oh, we already broke it to the upside. Sorry for that. So we broke it to the upside already. And target is going to be at least 9.4 cents in my opinion, even up to 10.5 cents for Kaspa. And once we break the 8.5 cents to the upside, I'm going to increase my position size for Kaspa again. If we now look over ONDO, then I can also say for ONDO, very positive, we broke our first bullish chart pattern to the upside, which is this falling wedge. We tried to break it here to the upside again. Once we failed the breakout, but we are currently in a second breakout. And if this kind of market stage is happening, that we tried to break out once and it failed, the second attempt of breaking it to the upside is usually the one which also works. So for that, I'm not jumping into a trade right after this candle close, because we can always get a retest. That's why I'm waiting for the retest. 91.9 cents. If we get to that price mark, to that white trend line, which is support, then I'm ready to open the ONDO long trade into the price mark of 95.6 cents. Then I can also take the target of the falling wedge, put it to the breakout point, and you can see the target is $1.10 for ONDO. So we have a resistance at 95.6 cents. If we break it to the upside, I would increase my position size for ONDO, and I would just look where ONDO is going to go, and I will try to track more chart patterns on the way up. Because this is not, this is not a small length, it is huge. So basically, if we take it here from the breakout point, it's a 20% push. And while we get this kind of push, we can also form bearish chart patterns. Like for example, here we get up within a rising wedge, for example. And if that breaks to the downside, then this is going to be my exit strategy, because with a higher chance, we shouldn't see this kind of price level. So if I have such a huge price target, then I'm always a bit more careful. I'm not saying, hey, with the 100% chance we are going to see this kind of price mark, I would actually get into my trade for sure, but I will watch more closely into market performance of ONDO. If I see bearishness, then I want to get out of the trade even before we see the $1.10. But so far the cryptos are looking good. I think that we are going to see a nice trading opportunity soon where we can set our first trades. I already took trades for Kaspa, SUI and XRP. So I'm currently in three trades, and for sure I will be even more happy if I can get into more trades, which in the end hopefully get profitable. So all in all, cryptos are looking good. We got our first impulsive movement to the upside, where we got our first breakouts, inclusively retests for many coins. Targets are ongoing to the upside. We just have to hope that the price is not going to turn in the mid-range targets. Like for example here, we have the target at $1.10, but it might be possible that we get this once we hit the 95.6 cents. That's why we have to look closely into the market performance in the next hours and days to avoid getting into FOMO, getting into high leverage and getting stop losses hit or even liquidations. So basically everything looks interesting. So today I did the update a bit early today because I have the time. If I see something interesting until my evening time, so basically now it's 1:30 p.m. for me. So if I see in the evening like 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., so in 7, 8, 9 hours, then I will keep you updated, maybe even with a second video update for today. So we see each other maybe later or tomorrow.